Are you truly certain that everything you do with your cat each day is strengthening your bond and not silently destroying it? Because most of the things that damage the relationship between a cat and their owner don't look like damage at all. They look completely normal. They look like love. And that is precisely what makes these mistakes so dangerous. Most owners are making at least a few of them right now completely unaware. 1. Waking them up just to get some cuddles. Have you ever glanced over at your sleeping cat and felt an irresistible urge to reach out and touch them? Of course you have. We all have. They look so impossibly soft and peaceful that holding back feels almost criminal. So you reach over, you pet them, you scoop them up, and they reward you with that slow, mildly annoyed blink before drifting back to sleep. Harmless, right? Not quite. Cats sleep between 12 and 16 hours every single day, and that isn't laziness, it's a biological necessity. Their sleep cycles are directly tied to nervous system regulation, immune function, and emotional processing. When you interrupt that sleep, especially repeatedly, you introduce a low-level but persistent source of stress into their daily life. Your cat begins to learn that resting near you is not actually safe. That closeness carries the risk of being disturbed. So, gradually, they stop choosing the spot beside you on the couch. They find a quieter corner, a room you're not in. If your cat is sleeping and you're craving that connection, let them come to you when they wake naturally. Become the person they associate with rest and safety. That is the kind of presence that makes a cat choose you every single time. 2. Skipping the litter box, even for just one day. When did you last clean your cat's litter box? Be honest. Because to you, skipping a day might feel like nothing. Life gets busy, you'll get to it tomorrow. But to your cat, that box is their bathroom, their private sanctuary, the one place in the entire home where they feel completely in control. And the moment it's dirty, that sense of control evaporates. Cats are hardwired for cleanliness in a way that runs far deeper than mere preference. In the wild, a dirty elimination site is a survival risk. It attracts predators and signals vulnerability. That ancient instinct doesn't simply switch off because they now live in your apartment. So when the litter box is neglected, their stress levels climb. And that stress has to go somewhere. Sometimes it goes to the corners of your bedroom floor. Sometimes it lands on the couch. But it always goes somewhere. That stress bleeds into how your cat feels about their entire environment, including you. You are the one in charge of their world. When their world feels unclean or unsafe, you become associated with that feeling. Scoop once a day at minimum. Do a full clean once a week. It takes 4 minutes, and it tells your cat that you are paying attention, that you are someone they can genuinely rely on. And if this is making you realize your cat has been trying to tell you something all along, hit like and subscribe so we can reach more owners before these mistakes cost them something they can never get back. 3. Using your hands as toys during playtime. Have you ever let your cat bite or swat at your hands while playing and thought absolutely nothing of it? Nearly every cat owner has. It feels playful, harmless, even adorable when they're tiny. But what you are actually doing is training your cat that your hands are prey. And once that lesson is locked in, it doesn't go away easily. Here's what happens inside your cat's brain. When you wiggle your fingers and they pounce, their predatory instinct activates fully. And every single time you allow it, that association grows stronger. Hands equal target. Hands equal chase. And that is exactly how, seemingly out of nowhere, they bite too hard. The fix is simple. Always use a toy. A feather wand, a string, anything that places distance between your skin and their instincts. so that your hands remain the safe thing in their world. And speaking of habits we carry out without realizing their cost, there is one coming up later in this video that is even more damaging than this one. Most owners do it multiple times a day. Before your cat begins to register you as a threat, stay with us, because that one is going to be a genuine eye-opener.
4. Rearranging their space without any warning. Have you ever moved the furniture around and then noticed your cat acting strangely for days afterward? That is not your cat being dramatic. That is your cat experiencing something genuinely distressing. Here is what most people fail to understand. Cats do not experience their home the way you do. You see furniture. They see a map. Every single element of that environment is mentally cataloged. The escape routes, the safe zones, the high perches, the hiding places. They know exactly where everything is and what it means for their survival. When you rearrange a room overnight without warning, that map is shattered completely, and your cat must rebuild it from scratch, all while managing the anxiety of not knowing whether their environment is safe anymore. Studies on feline stress confirm that environmental unpredictability is one of the leading triggers of anxiety in domestic cats. If you need to rearrange a room or introduce something new, do it gradually. Give them time to investigate on their own terms. Let them feel as though they have a say in their own world. 5. Rushing introductions to new pets or people. Have you ever brought someone new home and immediately let them walk straight up to your cat? A new partner, a friend, a baby, a second pet, and you assumed your cat would simply adjust? But your cat was already running a very different calculation in the background. Cats are not socially wired the way dogs are. They do not default to trust. Every new presence in their environment is a potential threat until proven otherwise, and that process takes time on their terms, not yours. When you force or rush an introduction, you override your cat's entire threat evaluation system, and the message they receive is not, "This new person is safe." The message is, "My owner doesn't care that I'm frightened." Research on feline social behavior shows that cats given gradual, controlled introductions form significantly stronger and more lasting bonds, both with the newcomer and with their primary owner.